Warsaw today is a thriving European capital, but beneath its skyline lies the trauma of a city nearly wiped from existence. In 1939, Warsaw was home to 1.3 million people. By 1945, more than 85% of the city was destroyed and tens of thousands of its citizens were dead.
Yes, Warsaw was like a pile of ruins. Nearly nothing here, but people returned to the city. People returned themselves. Nobody told them to do. Yeah? They wanted to keep the identity, tradition of Warsaw. So for the people, for the pre-war inhabitants, to feel still like they are living in Warsaw.
Part of the plan of Nazi Germany was to eradicate Jewish people, involving a systematic effort to dehumanize and murder on an industrial scale.
Everything we see here is completely new. Nothing survived where we are. Nothing has survived from pre-war Jewish Warsaw. Everything was destroyed. There wasn't even a sea of ruins. It was a sea of rubble.
All that remains of the Warsaw Ghetto today are stone markers showing the boundaries. In April 1943, Jews in the ghetto staged an uprising. It was savagely put down by the Germans. In the aftermath, more than 35,000 survivors of the fighting were sent to extermination camps.
They were brought here from the ghetto and were held and then transported in cattle wagons to concentration camps. We also see this gate here. This monument depicts the parting of the Red Sea from the passage in the Bible.
Tą bramę to jest taki symbol przejścia z Biblii.
The following year, a different uprising, this time involving the Polish Home Army, rose to fight the German occupation across the whole city. One of those who fought was Janusz Maksymowicz, then just a teenager.
Była zasada taka.
If a German was walking toward you on the sidewalk, a Pole had to step into the street so that the master of the world could walk freely. I still remember this one moment when I was walking along the street and on the other side of the road a Polish man didn't yield to the German. They brushed shoulders. Then, without thinking much, the German unbuckled his holster, took out his pistol and shot him, left him without even looking back.
The Warsaw Uprising lasted 63 days. After surrender, the Germans destroyed what was left, building by building.
I am often asked, was it worth it? Absolutely, yes. Why? Because there was no political or moral force that could stop us, the youth, from taking up arms and to take revenge on our occupiers.
Reborn from the ashes, the view around St. Augustine's Church shows just how vast the rebuilding had to be. Even today, some buildings still bear signs of demining, where soldiers worked to make the city safe again.
But people lived there for weeks, for 3 or 4 weeks, and when they were coming back, so they met a supper, and he was writing. And they read it and said, what you say? There are no mines here? And he said, yes, I just checked it. And sometimes he said, I just cleared these mines. There were mines? Yeah, you were living on the mines. So it happened, and many times people died before the mines, especially children.
Behind me is Warsaw rebuilt, not only in glass and brick and in steel, but also in spirit. This city didn't just survive history, it remade it, and it continues to write its next chapter. Peter Oliver, CGTN, Warsaw.